Imagine waking up, grabbing your phone, and scrolling through social media. Within minutes, you see unrealistic beauty standards, negative news, and arguments. How does that make you feel? If social media is supposed to connect us, why does it oftentimes leaving us feeling worse? Social media, despite its advantages, does more harm than good by increasing anxiety and depression, spreading misinformation, and reducing genuine human interaction. As someone who has seen the negative effects of social media, like my friends getting attacked over text and judged on social media, I have come to understand its dangers. Most of us use social media daily, whether for entertainment, news, or communication. But have you ever considered how it affects your mental well-being and your ability to distinguish facts from fiction? First, I will explain how social media negatively impacts mental health. Then I will discuss how it spreads misinformation. Lastly, I will show how it weakens real-world relationships. Study shows that excessive social media use leads to increased anxiety, depression, and low self-esteem, especially among the youth. The constant comparison to fake and filtered lives creates unrealistic expectations. The addictive nature of social media apps keeps users engaged for hours, leading to decreased productivity and sleep deprivation, both of which contribute to mental health issues. I will now show you a diagram of this. So this is depressive symptoms by social media use. So on the bottom, it shows weekday hours of social media use, and on the side, it's the geometric MFQ score. And the MFQ is a mood and feelings questionnaire, and a high score would be considered a 36, which would mean high depressive rates, and a low score would be like 0 to 20. 20 is getting a little higher, but it's ranged from lows to highs. So with girls and boys who have a screen time of 0, the girls were at 11.2 and the boys were at 7.4. But then when you get all the way over here to 5 and up hours of screen time, the girls' score almost quadrupled and the boys' score doubled. So it went from 11.2 on the girls to 38.1, and from 7.4 to 14.5. So especially for the girls, that's a very high rate of depression for these young girls. While social media damages our mental health, it also plays a major role in the spread of misinformation. False information spreads 6 times faster than true information on social media, making it easy for fake news and harmful conspiracies to take root. Algorithms prioritize sensational and emotional charged content, often amplifying false or misleading narratives, rather than factual, balanced reportings. Not only does social media distort the truth, but it also weakens real-world relationships and communication skills. So now I will show you a diagram of how this misinformed social media is. So it shows that 54% of Americans get misinformed on social media, the highest being Facebook, with 33% of U.S. adults getting misinformed there. And they're saying this information and it's wrong, and they're just continuing to spread it, and it just spreads and spreads. And like TikTok for the younger generations, they just scroll and see this information, and they aren't getting their news anywhere else because they don't look anywhere else, and they are just seeing this fake stuff, and it's just negative and false, and it's just, then you can like that LinkedIn, 4% of misinformation. That's a lot of misinformation, and without social media, none of this misinformation would be happening. People are increasingly choosing online interactions over in-person conversations, leading to weakened social skills and a decline in meaningful relationships. Study shows that high school media usage correlates with increased feelings of loneliness and social isolation, contradicting its intended purpose of connection. While social media may have some benefits, its overall impact is more harmful than helpful. It damages mental health, spreads misinformation, and weakens genuine relationships. I will now show you a diagram of that. So this is kind of a good example of what's happening today. So kids and adults now are just stuck on their phone, on their laptops, just talking to people online and just kind of in their own world. And because they're trying to avoid real people. And then they get into a real world situation and they have social anxiety because they don't know how to communicate because they haven't been in a real world situation. And then so when they're in that situation and someone's talking to them, they don't know how to communicate, so they go to their phone. And that's how they cope with their anxiety, because if you're on your phone, you don't have to talk to people. You kind of escape. And so they're back into that digital world, and there's no practice of social skills there, and it's just an endless, terrible, negative cycle that needs to be broken. I urge you to take control of your social media usage. Limit screen time, fact-check information before sharing, and prioritize face-to-face interactions over digital ones. Social media was designed to bring us together, but if we are not careful, it will only push us farther apart. The power to change this is in our hands. We must use it wisely.